welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be hauling a bunch of books that I bought myself for my birthday. We have a few, like one or two, you know, it's just like a really quick, really small haul. Hopefully this will be like 5 minutes. You know what they say, you only turn 28 once. It's true, you do. You only turn 28 once. I have 2 very large bags of books. In case you didn't see it, I did post a little vlog of the 20th and the 21st of like just basically like what I did to celebrate my birthday. If you want to check it out, put links here and like down below as well. Also though, as a little bit of housekeeping, I do want to say thank you to every single person who visited my Etsy shop, every single person who purchased anything, even if it was just like a sticker. I'm so grateful towards you. I'm so thankful. I didn't expect as many people to put orders through, and the support you've given me is overwhelming, and I'm very, very grateful and happy, and I can't wait for all of you to get your items. The Etsy store, of course, is still open, so if you're interested in purchasing anything, if you're looking for spooky smart bitch type shit to have, like coffee mugs or tote bags or notebooks or stickers, I will be making bookmarks eventually. Originally I was gonna do like paper bookmarks, but now I'm interested in creating resin bookmarks. So I need to learn how to make resin. I need to like learn how to like use resin. Eventually we will have bookmarks, just not quite yet. Also available on the Etsy store, and something that I didn't talk about before is like a blind date with a book kind of thing, where you send me your Goodreads or you send me like photos of your bookshelves and I will send you a mystery book. Anyway, if you're interested in the Etsy store, please go ahead and check it out. Obviously no pressure. Like if you don't want to buy anything, bitch, don't buy anything. I'm so grateful and I'm so happy that so many people enjoy the things as much as I do, and I'm very, very happy, and thank you, and thank you, just thank you, thank you, thank you. I have to tell you, and this, I keep forgetting to say this, and like I feel like such an idiot because it's literally just like always on my mind. But you know, like that situation where you go into something and then like the moment something else happens you completely forget. Like that's always what happens when I look at you. I like, when I'm not looking at you, I'm just like thinking about this thing, and then I look at you and my mind goes blank because you're so gorgeous. I have to tell you that you are literally the most talented person I've ever seen. If I was as logical, if I was as artistic, if I was as creative as you are, I would literally be in love with myself, you know? Like you literally rule the world all the time. You're so powerful and like courageous. How? Like how, bitch? How? You don't have to answer, you don't have to tell me, but I'm just saying, like, you are literally amazing and so talented and so powerful that like I'm literally jealous, like seriously jealous. Anyway, just had to let you know because I just keep forgetting to say that. I was like, stupid me, of course. Typical Jordaline, just forgets everything. Anyway, on to the book haul. On my birthday, I had this tradition. I go out by myself and I roam bookstores just like all by my lonesome, and I buy books. I know that sounds a lot like my like actual just like everyday life and not necessarily just like a birthday thing, but like the difference is that like my birthday, I just like, I don't put restrictions on myself. On my birthday, I literally go to the bookstore and I put them out of business. They're out of business. They're closed now because their inventory is depleted completely. That's what I do to bookstores on my birthday. I put them out of business. It's like You've Got Mail, but there's no love interest, and it's sad. Let's get started. Let's stop chatting and let's start looking at books. Let's start with the big boy, okay? I also have a super secret gift for somebody who I know, I think watches some of my videos, so I'm going to pull it out of the bag. I'm not going to show you because she might be fucking watching, and I do not want her to see this shit. So just know that there is another thing that I bought but I can't show you because it's a gift for somebody and they might be watching this fucking video. Bitch, if you're watching, you're literally perfect and gorgeous, okay? Period. We're just gonna put that out of the sight of the camera. I don't even know where to start. Let's start with the book that I've been most excited for. By the way, actually, can I also say, most of these books are new releases. I know, who is she? She's fucking fancy, that's why. Most of these books, if not all of these books, are new releases that have come out within like, you know, the last like month. Let's start with a book that I haven't shut the fuck up about for months because I've been so excited, and I was like low-key but also high-key angry that the publisher didn't send it to me. I picked up, of course, The Taking of Jake Livingston. One thing I wish that they had done with this book was made it matte rather than like this glossy finish. I think a matte finish would have just been this, as I'm sure we all know, is about this boy named Jake. He's like your normal fucking kid. He like goes to school, he probably has parents, you know, maybe his friends. He starts at this new school that's kind of like a private school, and it's like a majority white people. And he starts and he's like worried about fitting in, you know, like all new kids are terrified about fitting in. Like I remember being a new kid and it was the scariest shit. Nothing in my adulthood compares in terms of fear about going to a new school and having to make new fucking friends. There's nothing more terrifying than that. Anyway, he's trying to not stand out, but he's also trying not to like be too weird. You know what I mean? It's a fine line. I should fucking know. It's a bit more difficult for Jake than it is for most people because Jake can like see the dead. He can like see ghosts. Like ghosts are always just like, hey, oh my god, it's Jake, what's up, how are you, it's been forever, what's new? Jake is always just like, this is so stupid, like, please, if I don't say anything back to you, I don't want to talk to you, like, leave me alone. Like, oh my god, he doesn't want to seem like a fucking freak. Usually these ghosts are like super harmless, but there is one ghost, I think named Sawyer, who was like a teenager and then he like shot up a school and I think he got killed. You know, good riddance. But he, I think, knows that Jake can see ghosts, and since he's a ghost, he's like, oh my god, we're totally cool or whatever. It's, I think, stalking Jake and making his life very, very difficult. Oh my god, there's like, there's a scratch on my copy. Do you see that? Oh my god, do you see that? Oh, I'm literally so dumb. I didn't even notice that. How annoying. I love this cover. I'm so excited to read this. It seems spooky, ooky, dooky, and we love that. We're living. From the bookstore, I also picked up, let's just actually choose one randomly actually. Let's choose this one. Ooh, okay, I'm so excited for this book. So excited. And that is Night Bitch by Rachel Yoder. I love the fact that the bookstore put the discount sticker over the word bitch as if they were like, that way they won't know what it's called. So this is Night Bitch. Look at that cover, first of all. Look at that fucking cover. Are you dead? I'm dead. Title, the fucking color scheme, like the meat. I said this in my last like book haul, but this book could literally be a pile of shit and I will gladly eat it up just based on this cover. Like, I don't give a single flying fuck what this book is about because this cover redeems it completely. It is a good thing because the synopsis sounds really fucking cool. This is about a woman who becomes a mother and she's like, yeah, motherhood. Great. We love it. We love motherhood. She puts her career on hold. 2 years later, she's like putting her baby in the bath or whatever, I don't know. And she notices a little strangely, this little patch of hair on the back of her neck. Excuse me. And then she notices that her canine teeth are a little pointier, a little sharper than what she remembers. And she's like, this is weird. And slowly, this woman believes that she is turning into a dog. Yes. 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 Literally living for that. That's all I ever want, is a book about a woman who thinks she's turning into a dog. I think it's gonna be weird and kind of fucked up, maybe like a little bit horrifying, and I'm living for that. I love it. Okay, on to the next book. We have Come With Me by Ronald Malfi. Come With Me by Ronald Malfi. It's about this guy and this girl. I guess man and woman, really. They're married, and the guy's name is Aaron, and his wife Allison, they're like close. They met, they got married, and nothing has changed. They like are crazy about each other, crazy. And then tragically, Allison died. Allison's dead. Bummer. This dude, Aaron, is just like bereft. He doesn't know what to do with himself. He's like, I'm literally living in my nightmare. This is literally hell. I'm living on hell on earth. So he's like, he's upset. He's like, how could this happen? We were meant to be together forever. We were supposed to die together. One day he like finds like a receipt for a motel that's like out of town. You know what I mean? From his wife's credit card. Like it was her receipt. So like she had been to this motel that was out of town, and he doesn't remember ever going to this fucking place. He doesn't remember her ever talking about this fucking place. Like he thinks it's weird. So he does a little bit of sleuthing around, a little bit of digging, you know? Becomes like a little bit of like a detective kind of moment. And he finds out that his wife maybe had like a secret fucking life that he didn't know a fucking thing about. And that she was maybe involved with some pretty fucked up fucking scary people. Aaron becomes more and more consumed by his obsession to learn the terrifying truth about the woman who had been his wife, even if it puts his own life at risk. Dude, I'm so excited. I don't think they released this book in hardcover, but I wish they had. I kind of do really like this cover. Simple, but it gets the message across, you know? And we love that. Let's talk about like a little thriller moment, okay? Let's talk about For Your Own Good by Samantha Downing. This, I'm pretty sure, is a thriller. Samantha Downing wrote My Lovely Wife, which I read I think like a year or so ago. I really liked it until the ending, because the ending was absolute trash shit. It was like literally a dumpster fire. It was literally like I had read this really cool book, but then by the end it just turned out to be a fucking turd. That was the book. So I'm hoping that this time the bitch doesn't fuck it up. For Your Own Good is about this guy. He's like a professor. He's like fancy. He like works at this college or whatever. He is dedicated to having his students be their best at every possible moment. And he will do anything for them to succeed in life. Like, he is committed to it. He just wants to see other people, you know, realize their dreams or whatever. Don't we all? Isn't that what we all want? Oh, there are some people that I wish would literally just die. Like, I don't want to like wish death on anyone, but there are some people where I'm like, where if I found out that you were dead, I don't think I would care. Do you know what I mean? Like, everybody is important, but there are some people where I'm like, oh no. Oh no, they're hurt? Oh, they're dead? Don't tell me that nobody else feels like that, because I feel like that quite often. Anyway, that's besides the point. We're not talking about me. We're talking about this guy whose name is Teddy. It's a stupid name. Anyway, so Teddy is winning Teacher of the Year. So exciting. So prestigious. The only thing is, like, his wife can't make it, you know? Because she hasn't really been seen by anyone. Like, no one's really seen her. Just for no reason. Just for reasons. Don't worry about it. Just, like, hasn't been around. So, not only that, but Teddy can't really, like, find the time to care about other people, like, going missing on campus. Like, other people are, like, disappearing. And Teddy is just, like, doesn't have the willpower or the time to really put any effort into looking for them or caring, because he's just so dedicated to finding and pulling out the best in his students. So just crazy Teddy. So fun. All he wants is for his colleagues and the endlessly meddlesome parents to stay out of the way. If not, well, they'll get what they deserve. So fun. Teddy is just a great guy. He's just a great guy, that Teddy. We love Teddy. Love him. I've heard good things. I think. I think I have. I'm very excited to get to it. It says that this is slick and chilling, apparently, according to Megan Miranda. The last book from this particular store is the Book of Accidents by Chuck Wendig. This book is actually more beautiful than I imagined it would be. Like, when I first saw the cover like a few months ago, I wasn't that like inspired by it. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. But now I'm actually holding the book. It's quite nice. Like, it has like a nice, good feeling. The Book of Accidents. What is it about? I don't know. I'm gonna read the synopsis and then I'm gonna tell you. The Book of Accidents by Chuck Wendig is about this family. They're totally normal. There's like the father, Nathan. He had a troubling childhood. His father was quite abusive, maybe like an alcoholic, I'm just assuming. And so he had like a lot of like hardships as a child. And then his wife, Maddie, she was also kind of fucked up as a kid. Her childhood was kind of also fucked up. Like, she liked to play with dolls and make dolls, and then she saw some shit that she shouldn't have seen, and that kind of fucked her up. And then they have their little son Oliver, and they're all moving to this nice new little town. Everything's great. They're moving into this beautiful house. Everything's beautiful. And then their son meets this new friend. We talked about earlier how it's hard to make new friends. Oliver made a friend, okay? He made a friend, and this kid is like mysterious and dark and maybe like sinister in some way. And so Nathan and Maddie aren't that happy about it, but Oliver is like, fuck yeah, have a friend or whatever. But they actually might be in danger. So it says that this dark magic puts them at the heart of a battle of good versus evil and a fight for the soul of the family and perhaps for all of the world. But the Graves family has a secret weapon in this battle, their love for one another. How nice. That's so cute. I am really looking forward to this. I've had multiple people comment and tell me that they are obsessed with this book and that they love it. So I'm really excited to read it. That's all for this bag. 'Tis now empty. We have a second bag. So the second bag is actually from a different store. The store I was at didn't have a certain book I wanted, so I had to go get that book. But then while I was there, I was also like looking around some more, and I found other books that I want. So let's quickly talk about a manga that I bought, and that is My Dress Up Darling Volume 4. I know that some of you and most of you aren't interested in manga, so just letting you know that I bought this, and I'm really excited to start the series. Let's leave the best for last, okay? The moment I saw this cover and the moment I read the synopsis, I had to have this, okay? And that is A Touch of Jen by Beth Morgan. Look at that. Look at that fucking cover, dude. Just look at it. Like, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. Like, this is a whole fucking aesthetic. Like, this is a whole fucking vibe. This is a mood. This is me all the time. I'm obsessed with this cover. Like look, like, we look so good. Like, oh, me, you know, I just read literature, you know, like I could be one of those bitches that's like, oh my god, I'm so not the same as everyone, but I'm also like exactly like everyone. Like I'm like, I'm so different, but I'm also like the same. Oh, me? Yeah, I have an internship at Vogue. A Touch of Jen is a thriller horror novel. I'm not sure if it's a thriller novel or if it's a horror novel. I'm moving more towards it being horror. A Touch of Jen is about these friends, Alicia and Remy. And Alicia and Remy are obsessed with this girl named Jen because Jen used to go to college with them. But now Jen is actually like this really, really famous Instagram model, blogger person. She's like famous on the internet, right? They are constantly just checking her page. Like, what's Jen up to? What's Jen doing? How are you, Jen? Jen, right? They're obsessed. And then craziness, Jen invites them on this like really bougie, nice vacation trip thing. And they're like, oh my God, Jen, our old college roommate friend, is inviting us on this like super bougie, crazy, fancy fucking trip. Like, we have to go. We have to. So they go. But once they're there, Remy and Alicia try a little too hard to fit into Jen's exalted social circle. But violent desire and class resentment bubble beneath the surface of this beachside paradise. As small disturbances escalate into outright horror, we find ourselves tumbling with Remy and Alicia into an uncanny alternate reality, one shaped by their most unspeakable, deviant, and intoxicating fantasies. Is this what self-actualization looks like? Sir? If this isn't a spooky smart bitch type of book, I don't know what is. I'm so excited to read this. It seems like my kind of thing. Gorgeous, gorgeous cover, gorgeous, like butter. I wasn't really planning on buying this book, but then I saw a bunch of people had bought it and I was like, what are you gonna do? Not be the same as everyone else? What are you gonna do? Like, not follow the crowd? What are you gonna do? Stand out in some, like, no, bitch, no. Pick up that fucking book and buy it. So I did. And that is Survive the Night by Riley Sager. Do I think that Riley Sager's books are extraordinary or interesting or well done? No. But like, I say that, but the joke is on me because I paid for this. Anyway, but okay, to be honest though, I've only read one of his books. I own Home Before Dark. I haven't read it though. Anyway, I've really only ever read Lock Every Door, and I thought that book was fucking mediocre as fuck. So I just have kind of like this like salty taste in my mouth from Riley Sager, because I think based on that one book I read, that his writing and that his character development and that his plots are like Monday fucking morning. Survive the Night is a new release from him, and he wrote this book about this girl named Charlie. Charlie is looking to go home for spring break or something, specifically to go to a funeral of her friend who was murdered by a serial killer on her college campus. And so she hitches a ride with this guy named Josh, right? And Josh is going home to see his dad. Okay, where's the fucking story, bitch? Just wait. So Charlie believes that Josh, the person who's driving her home, is the murderer, is the serial killer. That's her belief. She thinks it. She's like, this guy's fucking dad and him aren't fucking close. Like, he's not gonna go home for spring break to see his father. Like, that's not a thing that he's gonna do. So she gets in the car. She's like, I'm gonna fucking figure this out. I'm gonna like accuse him, you know, man to man, a mano a mano, or whatever. Things might be more difficult than that for Charlie. First of all, what kind of stupid ass fucking what kind of stupid ass person thinks a person with a rational mind is a serial killer? That's fair. That's fair. If you have a hunch about someone, that's totally fair. But for you to get into their fucking car and then plan on fucking like surprise fucking, you're a murderer. What? What? Bitch, you deserve to get murdered. That's like the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Anyway, but I don't know. I guess it's just men writing women. I think women are just like, oh my god, you're a murderer. You did it, didn't you? You killed her, didn't you? As if any woman would be like, yeah, that's the smart thing to do. Be alone with a killer with no weapons, and then accuse them of murdering people, and then expect not to get murdered as well. Like, no woman is gonna think like literally no one thinks like that. Anyway, so this is what Charlie does. Charlie is like, You killed her. You're the murderer, or whatever. Because one thing is certain. Charlie has nowhere to run and no way to call for help. No shit. Trapped in a terrifying game of cat and mouse played out on a pitch black road and in neon lit parking lots. Charlie knows the only way to win is to survive the night. Maybe she didn't actually accuse him of anything. I don't know. Anyway, I'm excited to read this. I have heard good things, so we have one book left in our haul, and that book, my friends, is The Final Girl Support Group by Grady Hendrix. This is a very highly anticipated book from Mr. Hendrix. I want to say that like within the last 2 years, Mr. Hendrix has really just like fucking upped his game. Like everyone, including people who aren't even into horror, like know about this motherfucking guy. Like everyone is like anticipating him or whatever. So that's nice for him. The Final Girl Support Group is about something. I don't know what this book is about. I've heard of it. I've seen it. Everyone's talking about it and has been talking about it for like a year. Do I know what it's about? No. What, do you think I like read things? Like, no. The Final Girl Support Group is about this woman named Lynette. Years and years and years ago, Lynette was a final girl. For those of you who don't know, a final girl basically is this trope in horror movies where it's like the last girl standing who just like, you know, defeats the killer or whatever. Lynette was one of these girls. She survived, and it's like been like 20 years. And she's been meeting with 5 other women who are also final girls in the support group, right? And they meet every week or whatever. They have their little coffee and their cookies. It's like a little like, hello, my name is Lynette and I'm a final girl. And they're like, hi Lynette, you know what I mean? It's very supportive. It's very nice. It's very like comforting to have other people to share this experience with, because it's like horrifying. One of the women doesn't show up for meeting. And this bitch never fucking misses a meeting. But if she is gonna miss a meeting, she's gonna fucking call someone first. But she doesn't call anyone. She doesn't say anything. She just doesn't show up. And all of their fears are realized. And they find out that someone has figured out who they all are and is dedicated to destroying them as a unit. And they have to come together to fight the bad guy or whatever. I really do like this cover. I wasn't sure how I felt about it, but the more I look at it with like the dripping kind of blood, the more I'm into it. I'm excited to read this. There hasn't been a Grady Hendrix book that I haven't liked. So, and I think I've read almost all of his books. Anyway, I'm really excited to read this. I'm very excited. My friends, my family, my familia, thank you so much for joining me in this little book haul. I hope you enjoyed it. I did purchase quite a few books and I'm not even sorry about it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down below if you've read any of these books, what you thought of them. I would love to know. Don't forget as well to hit subscribe, because we talk about spooky shit, we talk about creepy shit, we talk about being a night bitch and shit. Okay? Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!